Alrighty, we're back. We're in the studio. We're cooking up again. We are recording. Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Been a couple weeks, but I am back. I am, in fact, okay. If you haven't heard the news, I was in a little bit of a skateboarding accident, but I'm okay. I'm good. I'm here. I'm standing tall. Well, actually, I'm sitting right now, but I'm okay. I survived. So no face cam today. I guess I wanted to do like a little bit of a different type of video, just like more commentary wise. Not that it's like less editing and stuff, but just something new, something different. There's probably going to be some gameplay overlapped on this commentary or something of that sort. But I'll try not to keep it just gameplay. I'll try to edit some tidbits and I don't know, have some fun with it. Oh yeah, also enjoy this. I guess my girlfriend drew me these Spider-Man designs with facial expressions, so shout out to her. These are actually from the MTV Spider-Man show that aired like in the early 2000s, so I asked her if she could draw the expressions based off that show, that suit. So it's pretty cool. It's my first time actually using them. I've been meaning to use them, but I think now is like a perfect time to use them. So yeah, shout out to her. Hope you guys like this type of audio type commentary. Hopefully the background stuff isn't too distracting, but anyways, nothing serious. Just fell off my skateboard. So bottom line, I was not wearing a helmet or anything protective gear wise. So to all who are watching and listening, please wear your protective helmets. Wear your gear. Okay, man, just wear it. All right, don't be like me. All right, look at these pictures here. I mean, you don't want to end up like this guy. Trust me. All right, but yeah, little story. So yeah, I was skating in the rain, and I was coming up on a turn, and as I was turning, I was slowing down. Mind you, this is an electric board, and I was slowing down. I was going maybe around 15 miles per hour, and as I was coming up my turn, I was trying to slow down, and my board started wiggling, and I swiveled, and my body went one way, and my board went the other, and I lost my balance. Yeah, it was insane. It was almost something like this. I got help by these bystanders, so shout out to them, and they helped me get up. I got a few scrapes on my head. Didn't need no stitches though at the hospital, so that's good. They were able to patch me up with some glue and send me on my way. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much back to normal. I mean, I got scabs on a scab on my head, but I mean, that's not important. The important thing is that I am okay. I'm still standing. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk about that a little bit because after my fall, life became more real to me, and I started to kind of appreciate it a little bit more and be thankful. And recently I was doing a stream. If you're watching this and you did join the stream, then you would know, but for those who don't know, I did a live stream recently, and a lot of people joined, and I just felt very welcoming, felt very warm and safe, and all these people. I always tend to forget that I do have some sort of audience that watches me, and it's a very small number, but I really appreciate the community that I have, even if it's just like a small number. I really do think that makes it a little bit more special, and makes me grateful. To those who did join, thank you, y'all are amazing. But yeah, that's the life update. Let's get right into the news. Today we got some Marvel news. A little bit of Spider-Man stuff going on. Just kind of want to get this out of the rug. So I know I did a video recently talking about Spider-Man 4, the whole fight and rivalry between Marvel and Sony, and how Sony wants their multiverse film and how Marvel wants to do a more grounded street level based story. Well, apparently Kevin Feige, president of Marvel Studios, has actually won the fight in terms of, well, the freaking story is not gonna be multiverse, which is amazing because I'm like, my guy Tom Holland, his Spider-Man, he needs a street level story. We're done. Like, get out of the multiverse phase. And I know, all right, we got the next 2 Avengers films, that's gonna be all multiverse, but like, let's just take a break. One movie, one little tidbit pause. No more multiverse stuff. All right, I'm a little bit overwhelmed by it. But anyways, apparently Kevin Feige has won the debate whether or not there's gonna be multiverse elements in the story. Now look, there still could could be, right? Maybe as like a post-credit scene. And I always said, like, if they're going to input multiverse things, they can just put that in the end credit scene. Keep the entire baseline story whatever it needs to be without it being multiverse, if that makes sense. Just keep it street level, keep it, you know, just like something you'd read, you know, in the Ultimate comics, if you've read those had a great run. Those are very street level based, so I would say take inspiration from that. Yeah, but with more things with Disney and Marvel specifically, taking Sony out of the equation here, Disney and Marvel are actually going to start taking more serious projects. Recently they just had the Marvels that came out back in November, which I honestly passed on. It didn't really interest me, but you know, like things like Ant-Man 4, Captain Marvel 3, yeah, those are not being developed or continued or even being made in that fact anymore because the people don't want that. People want Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Loki. You know, we want more of those type of heavy hitters, you know, those bigger roles, those bigger characters that everyone cares about, you know? Because I'll have to say, during Phase 4 after Endgame, there was a lot of shows and a lot of things that Marvel had put out. And honestly, I can't blame them because, yeah, it's like, what are you going to do after Endgame, right? So they just threw a bunch of things at the wall and they saw what stuck and they saw what didn't. Like She-Hulk, that was pretty much a miss. WandaVision, it was mixed. Falcon and Winter Soldier, yeah, it was good. Moon Knight, personally, I didn't really care for it, but a lot of other people did like it. I thought the ending was a little bit of a letdown, but hey, that's just me. Miss Marvel, I did not mind it at all. I thought it was a nice change of pace, nice change of tone. It gave me a lot of Spider-Man Homecoming vibes, so I thought it was cool. I didn't really mind it. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it, but I thought it was cool. So yeah, just like things like that, you know, Marvel has been just experimenting, you know, and a lot of people have been saying, well, Marvel has fallen. Marvel has been going down this route where they can't come back because Endgame was the last huge event from them. And I always say to people, well, like, Marvel's not dead. They got to get back up on their feet again. And we have Wolverine and Deadpool coming up this summer, and I feel like that's gonna steer the Marvel ship in the right direction, in the right course, because we have a lot of other things on the way. But I just think that the things that they have been putting out, people just don't really care about. So when you bring up Deadpool and Wolverine, that catches people's attentions. People want to watch that. People want to see that, you know? And it's gonna be the MCU's first R-rated film, and I think that's a huge freaking win for everybody. I mean, imagine if Disney was just gonna lowball Deadpool and make fun of Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. Like, no, they can't do that because they would just get more backlash. Things like that. And obviously we have the next Avengers films. We have Shang-Chi 2 in development. Apparently Iron Fist is gonna be in that with the original director, Dustin Daniel. I forget his name, but the original director is returning to direct Shang-Chi, so you already know it's gonna be a banger. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. And I think, now I gotta say, this is the most highlighted part of this whole discussion. Mr. Ryan Gosling is joining the MCU. This man has been casted in a role, but we don't know who, and we don't know how big or small the role is, but he is on his way to the MCU, and I am so freaking excited. I think Ryan Gosling would be an amazing Ghost Rider. That's kind of like the fan cast right now at the moment that everyone wants him to play, either Ghost Rider or Richard Rider, also known as Nova. I think these two are pretty substantial roles, big roles that I think Ryan can pull off, definitely. If you've seen him in the movie Drive, I really think he can pull off Ghost Rider, although Norman Reedus and Keanu Reeves have also been discussed, have been brought up for that role. So, but personally, I think Ryan should take Ghost Rider just because he can play a serious role, and I think he's got the chops for it, and I think he'd make a really cool Ghost Rider for the MCU. Yeah, and you know, this kind of brings me back to sort of my last thing that I was talking about as far as like the more serious type of projects and characters that we want to see. Marvel is casting Ryan Gosling, you know, Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman are back, you know, they're in the MCU now. Pedro Pascal and the Fantastic Four. I know I didn't get to talk about that, but Fantastic Four is on its way as next year, and Pedro Pascal has such a huge fan base, and so does Ryan Gosling. So I think Marvel is going in the direction of like, we gotta try and make good stories again. And And you know, I really want to say that, oh yeah, Marvel just has to kind of redo, relive, try and remake phases 1 through 3, because phases 1 through 3 were the Avengers, you know, the OGs, Thor, Cap, Iron Man. Although Thor's still around, he's just not really, he doesn't have his crew anymore, and you know, everyone's kind of parted ways, so it's just not the same. So we got to find new heavy hitters to carry on the next generation of the MCU. And with the talk of the MCU softly rebooting itself after Avengers Secret Wars, I mean, who knows what could happen? Who knows who's gonna stay? Who knows who's gonna go? It's gonna be a whole mixture of things, and it's gonna be crazy. There's a lot of things to look forward to. Personally, I don't think Marvel is necessarily destroyed. I just think they have to come up with new ways and find different roles and give us characters that we actually care about, that we want to see, such as Blade, the Fantastic Four, Ghost Rider, Nova, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Loki even. There's so many other characters. I think it's just a matter of time before we actually see it. And I'm not saying here like, you know, all the next projects are going to be, you know, making $1 billion at the box office, but I do genuinely feel like that if they have their heads in the right space and they know what to do and they execute the plan correctly and thoroughly, they can land the ball in the ballpark. So I think we're gonna be okay. I think we just hit a rough patch just because, yeah, I mean, Marvel Studios is literally the biggest Hollywood movie moneymaker, you know, of this generation. So of course they're gonna take risk and experiment with things, and they have to do that. It's like you run a business, you gotta experiment with things, see if the people like it. Okay, they don't like it, all right, we're gonna switch it up, we're gonna change it back, we're gonna try different things. And I feel like that's exactly what they're doing right now. So it's a cool thing. It's a cool thing to see. There's a lot of things on the way, and I kind of just wanted to go over that. Let me know what you guys think of all this news. I mean, obviously there's probably a lot more news that I missed, but that's just kind of like the highlights and like the key things that I personally wanted to go over. That's today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.